I'm Brian Masters with Kent Design Build. I'm the Vice President of Healthcare and oversee our healthcare projects as a whole. Last time we talked high level about a project we're working on in Lafayette for Our Lady of Lourdes Health System. Right now we're going to talk more specifically about some of the unique challenges we faced on this project, but also some of the things that we did to try to eliminate or mitigate risk. One of the things that we did run into as a challenge that we often encounter on a project of this nature is an unforeseen condition. And so in this case we had a corridor tie in to a door. The door is supposed to be installed in this wall, and as you can see we have a med gas alarm panel. This poses a pretty significant challenge for us in that we have to redesign the workflow into that space. We can't relocate this med gas panel without affecting the operations of existing treatment rooms outside of our area of work. Another one of the challenges that we have is most of our healthcare projects involve interaction with adjacent hospital space, and we do have a hard wall system installed on this project. We also use on many projects a modular stark wall system. That's a risk mitigation measure for patients, and it helps us keep our space contained and mitigate that risk. One of the challenges of working on 6th floor of an existing hospital building is getting debris and material out of the space without having negative impacts on the space around us. And so to mitigate that risk, all of our trash and material is brought out through covered trash carts or covered dollies, or we fly the material through the outside of the building that we'll show you in just a minute, which comes with its own challenges. In order to keep the floors clean, as we take out these trash carts, we have to clean the wheels, and so you end up with a great deal of concern around just the logistics of material management on a project like this. For this floor in particular, we had the option of either hand carrying up our studs, drywall, insulation, and ductwork, or removing a window to access from the outside. On a typical commercial building, this is not an issue. That's something we do all the time. On a hospital, it changes the dynamic a little bit due to the building pressurization and the parking adjacent to the facility. So for us to use this space, we have to coordinate carefully because outside of this window is where the doctors park for emergency operations. We also have staff considerations in that space. And so it requires a little more planning than we would do on a commercial project typically. We also have to be very careful of the elements and creating a pressurization issue for this floor that would allow humidity or excess moisture into the building and affect spaces adjacent to us. So I wanted to point that out because that is a challenge that we don't typically face on a commercial project that we typically would face on a project like this. And so another component that we typically see as a challenge has actually been a blessing for this project. Normally hospital corridors and hallways are thoroughfares for infrastructure. So you have major mechanical systems, plumbing, med gas, electrical, and all of those components interfere with the ability to add on or reconstruct that space. We're very blessed on this project. The superstitial space here was basically wide open, and so they had done a great job of master planning for a future addition, made our job much easier to build out this floor. And so as you can see above me, there's a lot of med gas, electrical, ductwork that will be installed throughout the project. And that is much more difficult on an existing corridor where we're trying to work around existing systems in place. And so as you can see, there are a lot of intricate components to a healthcare project, especially one in an active healthcare system or hospital. And we take pride in trying to mitigate the risk to patients, mitigate the risk to the owner and the hospitals, and ultimately all of the little details that we're talking about we hope are just absorbed into the project and you may never notice. At the end of the day, our goal is to serve our clients and to serve the patients around us through the way we manage our project. Again, I'm Brian Masters with Kent Design Build, and I'm glad we had the opportunity today to highlight this project in Lafayette, Louisiana.